We are here to listen to the most important video, which is nothing but the compilation of the case studies and the case study digest from 1 to 17 case studies. Okay, without any further delay, let us move on. But before that, let me tell you an important one. I will share you this PDF in a Google Drive link. You can check it out. But the only one thing is, I will discuss one of the concepts here. You have to go to the issues and the solutions there. Okay, I have made it in a simple way, like a slide or two for a particular case study, which is in this format, like issues, concept, requirement, uh, explanation, and conclusion. Conclusion is the must. Like similarly, you have to write. This is how you have to present a case study. You have to first state the issues, not in such a brief manner, but in a small keywords. Okay. And then concept requirement, you need not write it again. You can just put it as subdivision number 1, subdivision number 2, like that. Okay. Like this will be the, I've just copy pasted the requirements there in the question. And then the explanation is the thing which you have to write. This is the mandatory lines. Okay. For a particular case study, this is the mandatory lines. Okay. Somewhere to involve calculations, those I have not taken here, except for few cases where the calculation was the question itself, but where it was interpretation rather than calculation, I have included the calculation, so you have to check it out the calculation. And the last one is conclusion. For every case study, it is mandatory to write a conclusion, and conclusion should be it should be corroborative, right? It should be in accordance with the explanations you have given. So please don't write some say like negative explanation and positive conclusion. Please avoid that. Okay. Before starting this, these were the tips I thought I should give you. So without any further delay, let's move on directly. Okay. And one more small request: please don't misuse this PDF. Okay. Now, case study number 1. BA Airways. Okay. Here, what is the concept here? Here we are going to discuss about the cost advantage and the differentiation advantage, relatively low cost advantage, under which a customer gains when a firm total cost undercut those of its average competitors, whereby you can charge lower prices than the competitors and gain the market share, or match the competing prices and increase your profitability. For example, in this scenario, it was like, I'm going to give you an internal ticket and no internet ticket and no printed ticket and no free meals unless you ask for it. Okay. And then there's a fast turnaround time, that is, I'm going to bill you as soon as possible, or I'm going to give you service as soon as possible. And there's a large scale of operation, I'm going to operate a large line, like both a mistake and the intervention. Then value to the customer, and offering or differentiation advantage. If the customer perceives a product or service as superior, they become more willing to pay a premium price, like we feel for Apple watches and we pay for premium prices. That is what this differentiation advantage is about. For cost advantages, will our offering a low cost product at the best quality as possible, right? Related to the price, they have to pay for the competing advantage. For example, I'm going to get prime landing spots. There are no landing spot for the particular area, but I have arranged for you. That is prime landing spots. Okay, comfortable aircrafts. Like I have better leg room there. Okay. Then better customer care, superior and advanced technology, flight entertainment. Additional cost should not be greater than the premium price. See, I am going to incur additional cost for providing you this differentiation benefits, right? That cost should not be greater than the premium price, because if that cost is greater than the premium price, I'm not going to earn any profit, right? I cannot sacrifice my profit just because I have to sell it as a premium price. Okay. Now, for surviving the currency depreciation, I have to increase the domestic flights. Currency depreciation comes only in the case of international flights and not in the case of domestic flight. ATF cost increase. So I have to check for, see, petrol cost increase. So that's why we are switching to electric vehicles. Similarly, I have to find some new alternatives. And value shop model, because it is a service industry, I have to use value shop model. This was with respect to case study number 1. Now, case study number 2. In this, what are the concepts we are going to discuss? One is about what are the components of performance management system. What are the components of performance management system? We have functional and divisional organization structure. We have divisional organization structure, and each division will be given as responsibilities, and therefore they will be called as responsibility centers. And I have a system to identify the KPI and establishing the measure, that is yardsticks. And I have a system to review and take corrective action. Then we're going to discuss about building block model. We have already discussed, right? It has 3 concepts: dimensions, standards, and rewards. Dimensions, competitiveness, and financial performance is form part of results. Determinants would be quality of service, flexibility, resource utilization, and innovation. Standards are nothing but performance indicators. Okay. What are the key performance indicators? Ownership, achievability, and fairness. Ownership, achievability, and fairness. The rewards would be clarity, controllability, and motivation. Okay, this was with regard to the case study. You can read it out. Okay, then advice. Again, this with respect to the case study. Now, general concepts alone we will discuss so that for any question, if similar concepts asked, you can answer for it. Okay. What is variance? Variance is nothing but the comparison of the budget or revised budget, that is standards, with the actuals. Fine. Should I investigate only the negative variance? Analysis is also very important because I may get a low quality product at a cheaper price. Okay. Therefore, material price variance would be absolutely positive. But material usage variance, considering the defects it produces, it will be negative. So, analyzing the positive variance is also very much important. Okay. What is planning variance? What is operating variance? Planning variance is that I have before itself, I would have planned differently. That would be known as planning variance. That is revised standard. I would have known this information before itself, and I would have revised the standard. That's way. Revised standard minus the original standard will give you the planning variance, while actual minus the revised standard will give you the operating variance. It's nothing but implementation variance. Okay, then. So, does learning curve applies only to the labor alone? No. Generally, it is also for the material. It is also for the material. Because as soon as you get know material, you will check for the alternatives how to reduce the defects. That's why the learning curve is also important in the material. Okay, what are the different control ratios? We have activity ratio, capacity ratio, calendar ratio, and efficiency ratio. These are the four activity ratios. This was one question which has been tested in exam also, where you will be given the facts, numbers, but you have to apply and calculate these ratios. If you have not practiced this, ultimately the 4 or 6 marks will be lost. Okay, please make note of this ratios alone. Activity ratio is equal to standard hours for actual production divided by budgeted hours into 100. Capacity ratio, actual working hours divided by budgeted hours into 100. Calendar ratio, how many days I have worked, actual number of days worked divided by number of budgeted days, okay, into 100. Efficiency ratio, achieve my target, standard hours for actual production divided by actual hours worked into 100. Okay, then the next case study number 4. Here we are going to discuss about this value chain. Value chain is nothing but what I have to identify those non-value adding and value adding activities. Okay, and remove the non-value adding activities and re-engineer the value adding activities. Okay, what are the activities? Primary and secondary activities. Primary activities include inbound logistics, operations, outbound logistics, marketing, and sales and service. Support activities include procurement, firm infrastructure, technological development, and human resource management. See, competitive scope can be increased. Okay, advantage can be obtained through broad target. If it is a broad target, it will be overall cost leadership or differentiation. Cost leadership or differentiation. We have discussed, right? Cost leadership would mean level no cost advantage, and uniqueness would be the differentiation. What is a narrow target? It would mean cost focus, focus and differential focus. Okay, what does focus mean? Focus means I'm going to focus on a particular sector of people, sector of customers. Okay, so if the customers are cost sensitive, that will be cost focus, and if the customers are uniqueness, they are towards innovation, then it will be differentiation focus. Then, since it is targeting price sensitive income group, they are going to be cost focused. Okay, then what are the effects of forward integration? Forward integration means I am going to integrate with my forward persons. Okay, to production line, TP impact, sequential operation, increase in carrying cost, difficult to compete due to diversification of management focus. Diversification of management focus. Okay. While STC fashion were no integration of objective, there is no integration of objective. This is the based on current case study. Okay, then we have to focus only on financial performance indicators. Is it true or false? Certainly, it is false. we have to focus both on financial performance indicators and also equal focus on non-financial performance indicators. Okay. Non-financial performance indicator, because a business has to be sustainable. For making sustainability, you cannot have only the financial performance indicators. Equivalent role is for the non-financial performance indicators. Okay, because if you cannot put the research and development, okay, there is no product which is going to come out which is going to serve you the market, right? So what are the different roles of non-financial indicators? One would be the management of human resources. The other one would be the quality of the product. And third one would be the brand awareness and company profile. Under management of human resources, you have monitor and control the staff in terms of staff turnover, absentee result rate, job satisfaction survey. Then qualitative products and services can make the rival product fulfill the need of the customers. Brand awareness and company profile in terms of value of brand with high loyalty, perceived quality, R&D image, brand awareness, R&D image, brand awareness. See, quality is a choice, okay, not a compulsion. But if I commit to a particular quality, I have to give the particular quality to customer. See, I'm committing to a 95% quality. Then I have to keep any product from my company should come out with a 95% quality, not less than that. Above is fine, but less than that I cannot give. So it is about the quality which comes. See, whenever I think about Tata's product, right, I will, it is worth to buy. It is value for money. Okay, because it's of the quality and the brand image, and okay, they manage human resources very effectively. Now, different models of non-financial performance indicators. What are different models of non-performance financial indicators? So, non-financial performance indicators. Sorry, this should be the reverse way. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, balance scorecard. So, balance scorecard would mean should I have written the same here? No, right? Here alone you can change it. Sorry. Okay. Now, this is a simple question which could be asked in any of the case scenarios. Okay, so it's very important. What are different models of non-financial performance indicators? One would be balance scorecard. We know it, right? Four things are there: financial perspective, customer perspective, internal business perspective, and innovation, learning, and growth perspective. Okay, here already the points with respect to this particular scenario, you already have the points listed by various VP. Okay, you have to write it except the financial perspective which has already been due consideration. Okay, then performance pyramid, which means vision or mission, market and financial measures, operating strategies, lower level of development indicators. We have already put a video with this. If you want to know more about it, you can refer to this video. Then building block model, we have standards, dimensions, rewards, and we have already discussed this in case number 2, right? You can refer it again. And performance prism, stakeholder satisfaction, strategies, process, capabilities, and stakeholder contribution. These are the 5 things which form part of performance prism. Like as prism takes light from different sources and give it as one, like this is going to happen. Okay. Then target costing for case number 6. Target costing, this is like I have to price, then remove the profit component, and that would be my target cost. Okay, that is what it is going to be told here. Okay. Then inventory management system, generally it should be based on GIT concept. It should be pull based inventory system and not push based inventory system. Okay, and also I could make some use of some techniques to reduce the inventory, so that I could reduce the large blocking of inventories, large blocking of working capital by way of inventories, thereby reducing the storage and warehousing cost. Okay, then what is the SCM outlook? I'm going to focus on building collaboration. I'm going to minimum lead time and timely supply of raw material, low inventory at environment and hassle-free returns, appropriate transportation in remote place and speedy shipment, implement vendor managed inventory and marketing, skillful data using marketing skillful data scientists to pull data to analyze. That bread and butter company. Here, it is entirely about the case scenario itself. Okay, so here we have this one, Six Sigma technique. This 7th, okay, 7th one will just give you a case like what's happening here is they have supply greater than demand. Okay, and they want to implement GIT. Okay, What are the things that could be done? Currently, they are asking what are we doing wrong. They are not having the lean thinking. They are not having the commercial proper basis, and they don't have proper warehousing facilities. Okay, organized warehousing facilities. What are the ways to continue the current business? With respect to these four products, they are going to give some things which are already there in the question. You have to identify and give it up. Okay, and how to save cost and regain trust. See, regain customer confidence is not a rocket science. Okay, if you bring back the in this case study, it was like this particular company is known for its quality, but now the quality has been diminished. So, re-bringing the quality again. See, quality is not a choice, but quality is a choice, but not a compulsion. But once you commit to a particular quality, it becomes a compulsion. That's why here it is bringing back the quality. Customer will pay again the premium price. Performance as per the customer expectation. Re-engineering required. Reduce the cost that are linked to the revenue. Okay, then moving on to the eighth one, welcome foodies. Here, this is based upon the Six Sigma technique. Six Sigma technique. Six Sigma is basically like you have to produce and deliver defect-free product. Doing things right the first time. Doing things right the first time. We have the define phase. Okay, which means I'm going to make some techniques that are going to reduce the error. Okay, how I'm going to do this? Here, five phases. One is define phase, measure phase, analyze phase. Just give me a minute. Hold on. Sorry, but I'm not feeling well. That's why. Improve phase and control phase. Improve phase and control phase. Under these five different phases, we are going to implement the Six Sigma. Define phase like defining what is the problem. Okay, defining what is the problem. See, these are the problem. Like I have to, the customers, I have to make the customer define what are my problems and what are my objectives. So that's the word. Then measure phase. Measure phase, I'm going to measure my performance. Number of customers leaving the restaurant for having wait too long. See, I'm going to make them wait for a long. Okay, in a hotel. Will they be happy and they'll wait? Okay, 2 hours. Okay, no problem. I will wait for you. No, they are hungry. They will leave to the next nearest restaurant, right? That would be a measure. Then analyze phase. I have to analyze where I am going wrong, where I am going wrong. Or if I analyze how good particular phase. See, number of customers entered. So I have to set what is number of customers entered. Okay, assume 100. How many customers served? 60. What is my performance ratio? 60%. 40% leading, leading to a loss of my revenue. Right? Improve in those phase. That's what they're telling. Improve. Wherever you are feeling that you are going to be low, see, a customer have to wait. That's why they are leaving. So I have to improve in that particular area. And I have to and speed up the turnaround process. So effective wait time. See, assume a particular dish takes 30 minutes to get prepared. 30 minutes waiting time is fine. Okay. I have to serve them hot and fresh. Right. That's fine. But assume a particular bread sandwich. Okay. It takes just 10 minutes. But I'm asking them to wait for 30 minutes. Will they wait? No. Right. That's where we have to improve. Yes. I have to ensure that all these measures are in place and being implemented properly. Okay. Change the performance is to be measured at regular intervals. This is a case where I'm going to decide about which college I'm going to join. Join. Okay. As Mrs. K is going to find out based on analysis which college she should join her son. Okay. She's going to use, like actually the question itself asked, you have to use building block model. Okay. We know that dimensions is there, again standards is there, and rewards is there. Dimensions is nothing but those would be the critical success factor. Okay, financial and non-financial factors. Standards would be the KPI, which is achieve, and rewards would be the source of motivation. Let's repeat all the things. Dimensions would be results, competitiveness and financial performance, determinants, quality of service, flexibility and resource utilization, and innovation. Standards would be ownership, achievability, and fairness. Rewards would be clarity, controllability, and motivation. And based on the financial performance of the two colleges, he's going to, taking all these factors like standards, determinants, and rewards, he will or she will, some dimension and reward, she will join her son based on the ranks. Okay, see here, most of the cases HCI was ranking the one. Okay, go check it out. Okay, let me tell you how to check it out. You open the particular case study. Okay, read this first. Okay, or first read the question. Then understand these points which has been given in the explanation, able to correlate it and write it as a paragraph. Write it as a paragraph. Okay. Just for 1 or 2 you can try. Okay, then you can start trusting. Okay. Then. And which 1 or 2 is your choice. I'm not going to tell you choose this one, you choose this one. Okay. So Commerce Test Limited. Here it is following traditional cost management system. What are because it focused on allocation of cost and overheads to the production, and it focused mainly on managing the cost through cost control and cost reduction. Why strategic cost management is to improve the strategic position of the business. Okay. Then what are the limitation of TCM? Focusing on managing cost, internal focus, expectation of the modern consumer, relying on accounting data, limited focus on review and improvisation, and short-term outlook. And then you have to differentiate between the value chain and value shop model. Value chain is a process by which a firm identifies and analyzes various activities that due to the final product, classified as primary and secondary activities. While value shop model would be, I'm not going to give you any like I'm not going to serve you anything, but I'm going to help analyze for this, finally come out with a solution. So problem finding, problem solving, choosing solutions, and execution would be my primary activities. Secondary activities will remain the same. Okay, DIC. Here, what is BPR? BPR is a process of business process reengineering. Okay, clear. Okay, then it is a process by which I divide the existing process into series of process. Then I will document and analyze it, remove the non-value added activities, and re-engineer the value added activities. Thereby, it increases short-term cost, but it should be viewed as investment. Okay. So these are with respect to the particular case studies. Here. Here, this is a case study where earlier one particular online system was launched. Okay, because considering some issues, it was then, I mean, removed. Okay, or what to say? Okay, it was closed. Okay, discarded. Then now a new model has to be implemented, but the CEOs, if I mean, CEOs of a view that it is not possible. Again, it may be involving huge cost, and then it may lead to failure. Okay, but now these were the issues like lack of in-house setting up and running cost, technophobia, lack of customer interest, and security issues. These were the issues, and these were the advantages. Like this could be of the cost. Okay, competitive advantage I have to check, stakeholders view I have to check, cost of IT system I have to check, because if I to make some risk has happened, then this would be my loss, right? And fast moving, I have to keep continually monitoring and update myself for the current systems. Then your favorite model, right? Bargaining power of suppliers, bargaining power of customers, threat of new entrants, threat of substitution, and comparative rivalry. These are the other factors which have to be considered, right? For bargaining power of suppliers, they could have a control over the value chain, while the product is so much of importance. Substitution is among the brands very much less, or supply of other factors could be the reason, right? And then we have to write the reasons and then evaluate the case. Mm, This is particular to the case study. Okay, like I have to keep or not keep the sub agency office, then depends upon the contribution, that depends upon the profitability, that depends upon the liquidity. Other factors could be this non-financial factors, which is clients demography, resistance from the employees, legal aspects, and losing the unique selling point. Okay, because now I'm going to give the customers about the product now, but if they are going to via sub agency, then there will be less contact, right? I'm not going to have that unique selling point. And with your dam project, here we are going to dam. Okay, so here we are going to go with the concept of triple bottom line. Okay, triple bottom line, we have 3 dimensions. One is people, as social equity bottom line, planet, the environmental bottom line, and the profit. That is, I'm sorry. Here. Yeah. Profit. That is the economic bottom line. So first is people, which means I have to give some benefits to the people. First, I have to set up the concern, what are the remedies possible and what are the other points possible. This is with respect to the case study. Similarly, planet would be like the planet Earth, right? So, with respect to the natural resources, impact on the natural resources, that is air, water, ground, emissions. Okay. So, what is the concern? How I am going to remedy it. Okay, let's go for improvement. And then profit is a major objective of any business, right? But triple bottom line says that not profit is not the only objective which you have to focus on. You have to focus both on the profit, people, and the planet. What are the concern? What is your economic benefits? Now, moving on to the 15th one. Here it is a case where you're going to discuss about the economy, efficiency, and effectiveness, okay, of some operations. What does economy mean? Economy means objectives of the activity being achieved at reasonable cost. This is the line you have to write. Objective of the activity being achieved at reasonable cost. Okay. Efficiency. How good you are being consuming the less resources but producing maximum output. And resources and funds being consumed to get maximum output. Okay, then effectiveness is your performance, whether your performance have been met the target. Okay, what are challenges? This is subject to case study, right? Here the case was like there is so much of letter and I have to clean it. Okay, so defining what is a letter is it's a little subjective and that is a challenge, one challenge. Okay, both the challenges given here. What is the tolerance level? See, small dry leaves litter is fine, but manual plastic waste is not fine. So what is the tolerance level that I have to establish? Frequency and effectiveness of cleaning. I cannot clean 24/7, right? Every day 5 p.m. I'll clean. That's fine. What is the frequency? What is the effectiveness of cleaning? Uncontrollable litter. It's like the leaves falling. I cannot control it, right? And collection of more litter does not necessarily indicate effective operation. See, I'm collecting more litter. Does it mean that I'm so much effective in cleaning? No, but they are not responsible citizens. They are putting the waste in the unique monument, right? So that's why they're telling doesn't result in effective operation. So you have to put a board or charge a fine. If you put some litter and I found you, then I will charge you some fine. Okay, like that. That is too limited. Here, these are the areas where I can leverage. Consolidating shipments, use of third-party logistics, optimum inventory, and unnecessarily complex economies of scale. Okay, I'm going to here, we will discuss about the concept of supply chain management. It's a continual management of the flow of goods and services and includes all the process that transform raw materials into the final product. Continuous effort and commitment required and maximize the customer. The process inbound logistics, operations, outbound logistics, marketing and sales, and service. Energizing SCM. What are the benefits of SCM? Optimum inventory management would be there. Third-party logistics could be expertise that could be used, ease in transparency, reduce supply chain costs, generating capabilities, and becoming future ready. N. Upstream. See, upstream. A supply chain, when the flow relates to a supplier, it is termed as upstream flow. Hence, the management of the transaction with the supplier will be termed as upstream transaction. What are the basic transaction with the supplier? It will be procurement and logistics. So, procurement involves e-sourcing, e-purchasing, and e-payment. What does outsourcing mean? I'm going to give a particular product to the outside supplier. I have to get it from them. Okay, it may be very way to settle the existing logistic constraint because it is seasonal here in this scenario. I'm going to use the outsourcing instead of buying the huge vehicles. Okay, by this idle capacity can be avoided. Now the last case study for the day. Okay, organizational structure. Okay, it outlines the roles of individuals in the organization and decides the way in which the authority and responsibility are allocated among them. Okay, it could be a divisional structure, which is best for strategic business units, decentralized decision making process. What is responsibility accounting? It is type of management accounting that collects and reports planned accounting information in terms of responsibility center. Responsibility center means specific unit with given certain responsibilities. Those could be profit center, cost center, or investment center. Profit center where the division manager is held accountable for the profits. Investment center, in addition to the profits, he will be accountable for the investments, and in the cost center, he will be responsible only for the cost. Here I have to state of the nature based on the responsibility centers in the case scenario. Okay, then last one would be the pricing strategies. Okay, in this case study. Okay, one could be cost plus margin approach. Okay, I'm going general approach. Cost, I have arrived. I'm going to add the general margin. Say I assume 20%. 100 rupees is the cost. 20% is my margin. 120 would be the general price. Okay, agro, because it has involved a huge R&D cost, it is highly innovative, and that's why it will use price skimming approach. Hotels, differential pricing strategy, which means generally what happens in a hotel or even in a some entertainment areas, park something. During the weekdays, you will have less prices, but in weekends the price will be high. Okay, assume for hotel room it is 300. Okay, let's make it quite big. 3,000 per day. Okay, 3-star hotel. Okay, 3,000 per day. But for weekend it will be 5,000 per day. Okay, what happens here is I am going to use the benefit of the demand, increase the demand during the weekends. But here comes the disadvantage. There will be some regular customers. Okay, see, I have some regular customers who comes every weekend without fail. They will not be happy with service. This here we have Dr. Gupta who comes every week, but for regular guest, he's a regular guest. For him, this differential strategy may be annoying. Okay. This can be found majorly in metropolitan areas where there is anything in parks, but not in remote areas and all. Okay. So with this, we complete all the 17 case studies. I hope this has make some sense to you and it has been useful to you. If you really find it useful, please do comment. Okay. That's only how I could know that it has been useful or something like that, right? It will really give me some satisfaction. And please to share with your friends this video. And yeah, thank you so much. Stay tuned.